Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Under Blue Moon, our Summer in Woodlake Pride game. I'll do incentives real quick before we go around the table and introduce ourselves. And these incentives can help or hinder the group here, as well as support Lambda Legal, which is the charity that we are promoting this month for Pride. So, for $5, you can give a player a reroll. For $10, they find something helpful. For $20, a strange thing will occur. For $25, every player gets a reroll. And for $30, things get worse. So, have fun with that. Alright, so, I'm Cass, I'm the presence, the keeper of this game. My pronouns are she, they. And I will be running this, and, well, we'll go through how I see it on Zoom, because I can't have the stream up when I'm GMing. That's too many things. So, Sia.
Oh no. Hi everybody. I'm Sia. I'm playing Delilah, the local homeschooler goth.
And Kit.
That's me. Hello, hello. I'm Kit. Tonight I will be Alice, who has done nothing wrong ever in her life, and you can count on that.
And madamava.
Well, hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here, and I play Rita, your high school graduate cheerleader. Duh.
And Tori.
Hello, my name is Tori. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me on the internet as that nerd Tori. I am playing Cora Malloy, who is our golden-hearted, anxious activist, college freshman, and she uses she, they pronouns.
And last but not least, Sophia.
Hello everyone, I'm Sophia, also known as Nerdy Teddy, and tonight I am playing Jenni Stevens, she, her, and she is our college dropout and cheerleader.
Excellent. So, before I do my open, would anyone like to do the recap for a reroll?
If no one else will do it, I will do it.
Save
You
us.
don't have to do it.
I have the memory of a goldfish. There's no way I'm going to do it right.
I have notes in front of me, and I would still bork it.
I mean, I've been staring at the games for the charity stream for like weeks, and last week I forgot every game we had lined up as soon as I had to say them. So I wouldn't rely on me either, but I'll give it a shot. So it was the last day of camp. Some of us were sending the campers home. That was Cora, Alice. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody who was up there already. Look at that. Deli was up there. Delilah was up there as well. There we go. Jenni and Rita got drafted to go and help the nurse put stuff away. Tammy was helping the kitchen staff. Jenni and Rita shared a cigarette and then heard a noise in the nurse's cabin, found a broken coffee cup. Then a door slammed in the back bedroom. They decided that they needed adultier adults and left to go find some. Meanwhile, Cora was trying to stay organized and get all the kids into the right cars, while Alice and Rita weren't helping with that. And I believe Tammy joined them by this point, hadn't you? Something like at some point Tammy joins and also was helping but not necessarily helping stay organized. And then there was a conversation with the adultier adults. Where they learned. Oh wait. Oh, before that, Rita and Jenni listened in, learned that the nurse has been missing for a little while. Then they talked to the adults. The adults said they were going to handle it. And then Rita and Jenni went to get everybody for lunch. And then we had a party where we had lots of drama. Jenni and Tammy kind of awkwardly flirted with each other and danced around the fact that they both had massive crushes on each other. While Rita and Cora were just kind of trying to catch all the drama and secrets and eavesdrop on everything. Jenni and Alice had a big conversation about Jenni liking Tammy. Jenni admitted that she's not actually in college anymore to Alice, and then realized that Alice has a crush on Delilah. Then Alice and Tammy had a conversation in the woods that ended peacefully at first, and then Alice, for some reason, decided to kill Tammy and hide her body in the bushes in the woods somewhere.
We don't have any confirmation that she's dead.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
For the court, allegedly.
You're right, allegedly. It sure looked like it to the audience, but you're right.
No body, no crime, okay?
The description of there was a bunch of blood on Alice, and
I thought there was a bunch
probably
of not
wasn't
blood.
hers.
Yeah, it was like she wasn't
And
sure
Ava's
if it's blood or not, so...
Eva's
to say,
conspicuously
really?
missing.
We didn't see any blood. That's
Who can
also
never
true.
be sure, you know?
Yeah, I think that earns you a reroll, for sure.
Awesome.
Alright. This is definitely going to go back over some of what Sophia just told us, but I do these for all of my shows that I run on because I like to write. It was the last day of camp. A hectic day of getting the campers to their appropriate adults with all their important items and memories of a fun summer. Cora was working dutifully to make sure the campers had their belongings and were leaving with their approved pickup. Delilah was giving out and receiving a few last-minute cassettes of music to another group. Rita, trying to relax down by the lake amidst the chaos of the last day. Alice, also working pickup, but being just a little chaotic and playing into the energy of the campers. Jenni was tasked through a chain of counselors passing off the duty to help camp nurse Bonnie pack up for the end of the year, and pulled Rita in to help. And Tammy futilely scrubbing away in the kitchen before helping with pickup as well, and ultimately meeting a dark fate. The end of summer camp party was good, the bonfire was roaring, the food was enjoyable, and there were wine coolers and light beers for being not so secretly available through some of the older counselors. You got the chance to relax, have fun, and connect with each other. A few of you had some very important conversations, but unbeknownst to you, the strange things about the camp grow more bold. The presence of the hooded figures barely glimpsed, the disappearance of the nurse, and a secret held by one of your own come to violent light. The eclipse is only a day or two away. Dark plans are already in motion. The apotheosis is upon you. So, who should I pick on first today? Let's see. Alice. You somehow make your way to your cabin without encountering anyone else. You shut your door, the only light coming in from the moon outside through the window, and eventually you drift off to sleep. You enter that nice, comfy darkness of sleep without dreaming. And slowly you realize there's something in the darkness with you. It's formless, it's shapeless. It is simply a presence. In a moment, you're suddenly back. Hours ago, minutes ago, you're not quite sure, but you remember the feeling of tackling Tammy to the ground. The feeling of that pocket knife gripped in your fist. And what you did. And then you're back in your cabin. You're not sure if you're actually awake or not, but as you rub your eyes and look at your hands, did you wash them? Maybe not. Maybe you don't know. But you look at your hands, your left hand specifically, and the tips of your fingers are dark gray, growing darker. And then you drift off again into the dark nothingness of a dreamless sleep. You all have an amazing party and eventually make your way, probably drunk, back to your cabins to sleep. The next day, a camp meeting is called. Camp director Marcy does her best to. She talks about how the nurse had an emergency and was called away suddenly, and everything's fine, and they'll just be taking care of the nurse's station themselves. And they thank you for all your help, and other duties will still be happening throughout the day before the eclipse, and eventually you'll all go home. This is the last big cleanup for the end of the season, so after the announcement is over, everyone's milling about. You see Greg and Steve and Stu and Mark and Leighton and Chad all go off to their respective duties, and you are currently free to do what you like.
Delilah is still in the cabin teasing her hair. Even though everybody's already busy and out, she's still... The look is this, is the priority right now.
Did they give us a job to do? Is actually what Cora would say out loud. What are we supposed to be doing? Anybody?
I'm not sure. I don't know if we have specific tasks. If they didn't tell us, we don't think we have anything.
I think it's just kind of like amusing that they didn't really give us tasks to do, even though they totally just like swept the whole nursing like under the rug and whatnot.
I mean, they said she had
But
some kind of
whatever.
emergency. I mean, they don't have to tell us what's going on.
True, but if it was a type of emergency, the head counselor wouldn't have been like so panicked over it yesterday. I mean, obviously, probably get new information, but
Yeah, like maybe she had to run
still
off
weird.
and like couldn't call them till she got to a payphone or something.
Let's only hope.
I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she's fine. Like, she's like, what, 40? She's like old.
Yeah.
They know how to live.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna write letters to Michael, so like if you need me, I'll be back in like my cabin. So
Yeah,
bye.
I guess I'll like, I don't know, pack.
I'm gonna find Jenny. I'm gonna come up to her and say, "Hey, can you tell Tammy to like pack her shit? Her stuff is still there.
Um,
I'm not
I
doing it for her, okay? I'm happy for
haven't,
both of you, but I'm not doing it for her."
I haven't. Go ahead, hold on. I haven't seen her. Was she not
For how
in the
long?
cabin? I, I don't know. She left the party. We didn't leave together.
Yeah, I thought she would left the party with you.
No.
Okay, so if she is not in the cabin, she did not leave the party with you. She's either shoplifting, which is a high chance, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think there's a lot of stuff to like really steal in this camp. We have discussed that.
I I mean, it's a long walk back to town to just decide to walk all the way back just to shoplift a couple of things. So maybe that's not it. I mean, let me find my sunglasses and then
I mean, last time I saw her,
hmm,
she was talking to Alice, so maybe Alice knows something.
um yeah, maybe. Um
Maybe she
I'll
said something about leaving. I don't know. She wouldn't leave without telling me. That would be like
I
super rude.
yeah, I don't think she'd forget her stuff either.
Oh yeah, she was really, especially listen, especially her rollerblades. She would never leave them. There are a lot of things that she would leave, not that.
Right. So, why don't you go find Alice and I will catch up in a moment. I really just want to find my sunglasses first.
Okay. Fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, sure. Definitely. Do you know where I should look for Alice? It's kind of a big camp, you know. And she's
Um,
pretty small.
try her cabin maybe. And go from there. 'Cause I don't know where she would be
She's your
right now.
sister, like, and she like I listen, I don't have siblings, so I don't really know. I thought you guys like have, like ping system or something like that, like Marco Polo, but like with sibling stuff.
Um, no,
Oh,
it would have made watching her when we were younger a lot easier if I did always know where she was, but that's not how it works. Um, yeah, I
you
mean,
have a point.
yeah, so check her cabin first. It's a good place to start. And I will catch up in a moment. As she's like dumping out her big duffel bag, trying to figure out where she put her sunglasses.
Good luck with your sunglasses.
Thank you.
Hmm. And I like giving side eye, kind of just like leaving. Like, really, sunglasses?
Lila, as you turn to leave, you notice something on one of the camp buildings that you hadn't before. Carved or painted, maybe, in a bottom corner, almost hidden by brush, you see a symbol that you recognize.
I look at it. I take a second. And I decided maybe I did not see it. Maybe I just want to go home. Listen. No, it's the last day of camp. I don't need that shit. I'm going home. Mm-mm.
You can definitely choose to ignore it, but I would ask that you tell us what the symbol is and how you
And
know it.
um, it is a symbol that I have seen one night when I have forgotten my Walkman at the church and I had to come back. Um, actually, both me and Jenni saw it together. Um, we Well, first it was me. I came back and I saw there was some kind of a light coming from the basement. And as I opened the basement door and looked in, let me just say it was very I don't think they Christians. That's what I want to say about that church. I don't think so. Were wearing weird robes and doing weird stuff. And I did tell Jenni, and Jenni decided to do whatever she wanted with it. You know what? It's on her. I just said that I saw it, and then I pretended that I did not see it, and that is definitely the same symbol. I know that it's the same symbol, but I do tell myself that no, it's not the same. It's fine. It just looks like that. Somebody's just pranking. Maybe my brain is pranking me. Who knows? Things happen. It's just one day till we're going home. I no. This is just fine. It's all fine.
I really want to pick on Alice, but maybe we'll give her a reprieve. Um, what does Rita do when she goes to write her letters?
She takes out a small box that she keeps under her bed, and opening it up, you see some incense, lavender, a lighter for them, and a deck of cards alongside a nice organized stack of paper. She takes each of them out. She lights her incense, breathes in deeply, calms herself, and she pulls random cards before she writes. And as she is about to write, she will talk to Michael, her boyfriend to many people, but to her husband. How boring it's been since she's been back. Parents are still not really talking to her about everything. But summer's almost done. The cards look weird today. She pulled the Magician in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, actually upright, but then the Fool in reverse. And she ruminates on those, tries to think for a minute what it could mean. Is it about her? Is it about Michael? He'll be probably fine. And she'll give her love, hope he's doing well, and hopefully he'll be back in a timely manner. You can never really tell with the military these days. Just to hurry back home.
As she does all that, she gets to the end of wishing Michael well and hoping he comes home soon. Her locket, her protective charm, goes cold against her skin, even in this summer sweltering heat and humidity. And then it passes.
Could you check to see if anyone walked by her cabin? Just
Sure,
now?
you can do that. Would you like to roll search?
Yeah. Let's see. And what do I roll for search?
Search is senses, so what your
Okay.
senses tell you how many dice you get to roll.
She rolled a 7.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you are successful, but also choose one. So, you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
Unwanted attention.
Okay. You open the door quickly and step outside and look around all the sides of the building, and you definitely see, there was a little patch of flowers, nothing like really nice or fancy, but just, a little pop of color that happened to sprout up right by the edge of the cabin you're in, and they've been stepped on. And you look around to try and see who could have been there, and you see the profile of one of the groundskeepers. You're not quite sure if it's Greg or Stu at this point, but they're both pretty similar looking.
Excuse me, did you happen to see who stepped over like these really pretty flowers? Like, I feel like that was someone's like hard work, and that like just disrespect that is completely rude. And also just rude to Mother Nature as a whole.
They turn to you, and you definitely know that this is Greg as opposed to Steve. I was just doing some work and I happened to accidentally step there. No harm meant. We take care of the grounds here.
Well, I can't really blame you too much, Greg. You do such hard work, but just be careful. Like, there's like karma to that type of stuff sometimes, And I just don't want you to get like in trouble with that.
You can tell he's about to scoff and then stops himself, thinks better of it. You've worked, you've not worked, you've volunteered at the camp before, so like Greg has a, working relationship with you, and sure thing, Rita, I'll be better about it later.
All right, have a good day. Bye.
You too.
Closes her door. Weird. Anyway, goes back to writing.
What's Alice doing when this meeting is called and everything is going on this morning?
What is Alice doing? I think Alice is probably shows up to whatever meeting this is, like a little bit late, a little bit like obviously very tired. Probably you can, write it off as a kid slightly hungover for one of the first times or something. Like it's, she's just having a rough morning. It's fine. It's probably fine. Just like very quietly with a bowl of Fruit Loops in the corner, or like off-brand camp Fruit Loops, and like a black coffee just sort of sitting in the corner, kind of honestly just spacing out, just like super lost in thought, probably moderately listening to the announcements and what folks are doing around there, but mostly just kind of in her own world, getting sustenance.
Cora, you said you were going to go pack.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
So I walk by myself back to my cabin, and I think Cora's already, probably the night before, she didn't drink much. She was nursing one drink the whole night. So she sort of, before she went to bed, did set some stuff aside, pulled it, out from if she had it under the bed or whatever. So she'd be ready to pack it all up in the morning. She pulls out her big duffel bag and puts her clothes in and all of her books. Honestly, most of the duffel bag is for books. She doesn't have a huge wardrobe with her in general, but especially not at camp. So it's mostly books, and then some notebooks, stuff that she's been writing, drafts of letters to senators.
Cora, as you're packing, you take a moment to look at these books. Some of them you've probably read entirely. Some of them are maybe started. Maybe a couple are, you hoped to have gotten to over the course of the summer, but didn't get to them yet.
There's definitely like textbooks for next semester that she was getting a head start on reading.
And yes, I think that's you're looking at one of the textbooks specifically. And your cabins don't have air conditioning. So even though it's already muggy in this summer morning, you've got the window open and you've got your little fan on, like the standing fan in the corner, just back and forth. And you'd been half listening to like the birds and the commotion around the camp as people walk around, and you realize that everything is very quiet all of a sudden. And especially because they didn't give you jobs today, most of your co-counselors are just gonna goof off. So there's no way it should be quiet like this.
Well, maybe everybody is taking a moment to reflect on the end of the summer. And I keep packing my bag. Maybe I'll hum a little tune.
You keep packing and you hum a little tune, and I think part of you too starts like counting the minutes. You can keep time with like the beat of your little hum and how many things you're packing, and it takes 2, 3, 4 minutes before you hear the birds again, before you hear people's voices around the camp.
Huh. Well, glad that's done. Maybe it was like a micro earthquake or something. That makes birds quiet.
And Jenni, you've dumped your bag out to look for your sunglasses.
Yeah, she does eventually find them. Tucked like like they got pushed into back corner of the bag somehow in their little case. She puts them on and will hastily put most everything back in the bag before she leaves to catch up with Delilah. But I think notably she forgets to put the little leather-bound notebook that she keeps hidden in her little duffel back in there. So it's just kind of sitting on her bed among the covers, because I'm sure she didn't make it before she left. And then she will go to find Delilah.
I'm walking towards, I would say, like, I think it's Alice's cabin, kind of slowly. And when you catch up, you, I think, can see that I'm like you know, this is fine. I'm like, Jenny, do you remember by any chance when I showed you the thing in a church? Do you remember what, they had like a little um logo, like a little symbol, a little thing that they were like very proudly put in everywhere. Do you remember what it looked like?
Um. Oh yeah, pretty well actually. I
Sweet.
remember.
Do you think it looked something like that little graffiti on your cabin? Asking for a friend. No particular reason.
Uh, uh what graffiti on the cabin? I'm sorry, I
I'm
didn't.
like, I'm like, I'm like, the way we walk and I'm making like a circle and I'm just doing like in the corner over there and I'm like not even looking at it. I was like, maybe if I'm not gonna look at it, it's not gonna be there. Like right under the window over there, this little one thingy.
Um, does it look familiar to me then? We'll look at it.
Yes, it does look familiar to you, having been there that night.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Nice. That's fantastic. You know, I am excited to know that. That's very good news.
Who knows why it's there? We don't know what it is. We don't know what they were doing that night, right?
Yeah.
I know we have theories, but we don't know what they were actually doing that night. I'm
Well, I know that they were
sure it
not
means
celebrating
nothing.
Easter. That I can say for sure.
That we can say for sure, yes.
I forget I showed it to you. You know what? Maybe it's just their little, I don't know, fun thing that they do. I don't know. That it's I'm desperately trying to come up with any reason in that I can be there that it's not like sinister, but I'm really struggling. Scavenger hunt. It's scavenger hunt. It's church scavenger hunt. I solved it. Okay, great. Let's go find Alice.
Okay, yeah, let's go find my sister.
Yeah,
We'll worry about strange symbols another time.
yeah. It's maybe they just, maybe they like swingers or something. That's their symbol. I don't know. Let's not think about it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's definitely not think about the memes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let's go find Alice. You know what? Yes, that would be smart. Yes.
We'll go we'll go check Alice's cabin first. Knock on the door, stuff to see if Alice is there.
I imagine at this point, Alice has slowly made her way back from the mess hall or wherever the announcements were taking place, like fully taking way too long compared to everybody else. And they show up, knock on the door, and then like half a minute later, Alice like almost runs into them, just sort of walking into the door herself, still full of Fruit Loops. Just fully like shocked surprise, I think, just does not even see you there. Could I help you?
Hi. Are you
Hi.
okay? Seem a little out
uh
of it.
Tired. It was long night, you were there, right?
Yeah.
Just pointed look at the sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah, we were wondering, because Deli said she saw you with Tammy last night, and we're wondering if you've seen her or know where she went, because we can't find her.
Did she like tell you anything? I don't know.
Did
About
she
like plans that she was going to do something. I don't know.
did she
Just
tell me any No. I mean, we talked for a bit after, like, walking back from the party. But I don't know where she went. We sort of parted ways in the woods. I went back to my cabin and she
Hmm.
stayed out there. I don't know if she was just walking it off or what. Is that a thing?
Yeah. Not for her,
Yeah.
but I get what you mean. She
I
hated
don't know.
woods. She kind of hated all the nature, to be fair. Uh, yeah, she's not packing her stuff, and it's quite annoying.
That's yeah. That I have you guys not seen her?
No, not since she was talking to you.
Hmm.
So I was thinking maybe she told you something. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go, I don't know, to the city, get drunk, and go to parties, and then come back next night. Please tell everybody not to worry about me, stuff like that."
No, we didn't. I don't think if she was gonna do something like that she would tell me. To be honest,
Hmm.
we weren't really talking about much of anything, honestly. I don't. It was a late night. I don't super remember, to be honest.
Fair.
Just pointed look at Jenni. I remember. I'm not gonna say things out loud.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess if you see her, tell her we're looking for her. We'll
Yeah.
take some aspirin and
Yeah.
we'll,
Me, not her. Right. Okay.
yes,
yeah, I can do
you
that.
take some aspirin. Yes.
Well, where am I gonna get aspirin? The nurse is gone.
Break in, Jesus.
Or you can ask Cora. I'm sure she has some.
Sure.
That probably sounds easier, to be honest. Not having a nurse with a bunch of teenagers in the woods seems like maybe a liability thing.
We're adults.
They're not.
Alice. Listen, I know that
yeah.
you might look like everybody's like, come on, look at us. I'm pretty sure we can figure it out ourselves. Like breaking into the nurse's office and getting ourselves aspirin.
Okay. Yeah, we could handle it. Probably. It's probably fine. They're not like bringing in like an interim nurse or.
So listen,
No,
as long as
okay.
you don't like selling and you like getting or selling drugs from there, like if you just get an aspirin, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. You're not.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
You're not
No.
selling drugs, right?
No.
Okay.
Are you selling
No, I just
drugs?
no. Just
Okay.
because I dress like that doesn't mean I
I'm
want to like I do drugs or I'm around drugs or I do like anything with that.
I'm not judging. I'm just asking. It seemed you asked me, so
Very
it
judgmental
seemed
of you, I gotta
that
say.
Sorry.
Presence. Can I read Alice to see if she's in any way nervous when we asking about Tammy? Can we do that?
Yeah, you can totally read a person.
I don't know. Well, I did that last night, but I definitely did read Alice
For filth.
For filth, yes, but let me do another read a person. Which one is it? Heart?
Yes, roll heart.
+1, 9.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you get to ask one question, but they also get to ask you one.
Oh.
The examples are, how do you feel about blank? What does it take to get you to blank? And are you telling the truth in regards to blank?
Ooh.
But that doesn't, you can ask other things. That's just.
Yeah. Well, what I was trying to read, I was trying to see if Alice felt in any form uncomfortable or nervous around us asking about Tammy if she looks like she knows more than she's telling us?
I mean, yeah, like sh- it seems at the very least, like when you asked about like did you guys talk about anything? Did she tell you anything? There's definitely a conversation that happened that she does not want to talk about in
Hmm.
mixed company. You know, whoever
Yeah.
she has a problem talking about it with in front of, who knows. But there were conversations that were had that she is not at liberty to discuss. At the very least, that she's keeping that from you.
Hmm.
But yeah, she does seem like a little bit on edge, not quite sure, kind of backed into a corner about some of those questions, for sure.
I think you can ask me anything.
Mm-hmm. I think my question is, are you concerned about Tammy or like annoyed? Like how do you feel about Tammy being wherever Tammy is? Is it fear? Is it concern? Is it she needs to pick up her shit?
I am definitely concerned, but at the same time, I've been in multiple situations with Tammy where she would just disappear and I would go completely like really nervous, totally anxious about her going and I was going to talk to police and be like, she's gone. And then Tammy will reappear again and be like, dude, I just went to get cigs, something like that. So I try to police myself in a way and be like, it's fine, it's totally fine. She's not gone. She does those things. Like, at least give it 24 hours. That's when you can start getting nervous. But the actual anxiety is there. Actual worry about her.
Okay. Good to know.
The more you know.
It's at that point, the three of you hear a loud crash and glass shattering. And something lands in Alice's cabin.
Jenny's gonna run around the side of the cabin and see like if she can see that anybody, threw something or like what happened.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna oh yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was like, I'm just gonna scream at first, like really like on top of my lungs, very high pitched scream, and then be like, oh, it's what is it?
Oh, there's Fruit Loops on the front door. Like it's like
I-
you are not alone.
We actually jumped to each other and like hug each
So
other.
we did, and then had that moment of like,
Oh, shit.
it's fine.
Yeah. Uh, so, Jenny, you go inside, and yeah, there's a baseball on the floor, and as you pick it up, one of the other counselors, Eric Jarvis, African American kid in his 17, 18, 19, hard to say, comes jogging up. Oh my God! I'm so sorry. Kyle hit that. I told him he was pointed the wrong direction, but is everyone okay?
Yes, this time everybody is okay. We have a baseball field, right? Why aren't you over there?
You know Kyle. He's just like,
Unfortunately,
that's
I
his
know
whole
Kyle,
answer.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, I mean, you know how Kyle is.
Okay, fine. We're gonna go talk to Kyle.
I'll
I guess.
I'll tape up the window.
Okay,
Eric
yeah.
offers.
Actually, yeah, you do that. I'll go talk to Kyle. That is, if you all want to join, you're welcome. But I'm gonna go talk to Kyle.
gonna
Jenni
supervise
will-
the taping of my window. We don't have a nurse, guys. We have to be careful about this shit. We cannot go throwing baseballs through windows. I cannot get a concussion right now.
So Eric's like, well, if you want to supervise, you want to come with me to the, the building where they keep, tape and plastic and, repair stuff before the maintenance people can get around to it. And then we'll come back and, patch it up best we can.
Yeah, okay. Jenni, you got that over there?
Yep.
Okay. What the fuck? And we'll follow to go get tape. And like plastic tarping or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. So, Jenni, how do you leave to go find Kyle?
She's... I don't think she's running, but she's sort of marching. Quickly, judging by the window in the direction she presumes Kyle is, and then, once she spots him, will head right towards him.
Yeah, it's easy to spot Kyle. Kyle Chaffee, he's blonde, a white kid. His hair is long and shaggy, especially in the summer here. And you also know that somewhere around here has to be his twin sister, Kirsten. The main thing is that they'll argue with each other, and, the two things to know about Kirsten and Kyle is they look so much alike. People joke about them being clones. But then she's the older one, and she won't let him or anyone else forget it. But yeah, you see Kyle, he's, they have more than one baseball, so he's, tossing it up and hitting it and getting some of the younger counselors that are still around, go after it or play.
When Jenni gets like, I don't know, 10 feet away, like she doesn't, before she even gets all the way to him, she's like, Kyle, what are you doing? We have a baseball field for a reason. You almost hit my baby sister.
Kyle definitely is not chagrined at all. He's just oh, I'm sorry. It was an accident, we're just having some fun because they're letting us off the hook for once. It was an accident.
I don't care. Do it at the baseball field.
I mean, why? There's plenty of space right here.
Kyle, you hit a baseball through my little sister's window and almost hit her. I could care less if you don't want to go to the damn baseball field. Go over there or put the baseballs away, and I will lock you in your damn cabin for the rest of the day.
I feel like even though you're not threatening violence, technically, that maybe this is an intimidation roll to make Kyle do what you want.
Yeah, that is... sort of what I was going for without the violence. I do have the cheerleader bonus ability thing where I get a +1 to intimidation if it's for people fucking around with my own crew.
Okay.
Oof. That is a 5.
Would you like to re-roll?
Actually, yes, I would. That is better. That is an 11. Thank
An
you for
11
reminding
is
me.
a success. You manage to get... You see the faint blush in Kyle's cheeks, and he kind of looks down at the ground. It's like, okay, Jenni, I'm real sorry. We'll go. Can I have the ball?
Yes, and we'll toss it to him. Not nicely. She's not like nicely tossing to it. She doesn't like whip it at his head or anything, but she doesn't necessarily toss it nicely to him.
Okay. He has to drop the bat to catch it. But he does, it doesn't hit anyone or do any, harm. And he's just like, I'm sorry, Jenni, I'm sorry. We'll go fuck around somewhere else.
Thank you.
And him and whoever else is there with him start to head in the direction of the baseball field.
And then, yeah, Jenni will turn around and head back to the cabins. She might even consider heading towards Tammy's cabin. If it looks like Alice and Eric and them don't need her.
Yeah, by the time you finish your confrontation with Kyle, you see that the window's basically already taken care of. Eric definitely is, used to filling in and helping around when the adults aren't immediately available for like physically demanding things.
Yeah, then Jenni will go to Tammy's cabin. She just wants to look at Tammy's stuff and see if she can maybe find a clue to where Tammy went.
Okay. We'll put a pin in that for a minute. How long does Rita spend in the cabin writing and pulling tarot?
I think she's actually done at this point. I think after she finished the letter, she sits and thinks on the cards a bit more and the cold feeling that she had. And she had the realization, I don't want to be alone right now. I'm going to go bother someone. So she'll take the letter with her to like drop it off. But she'll make sure to tuck everything back in properly, give her thanks. Make sure all the smoke is out, and she'll actually go bother Cora.
Okay.
Cora! Cora! I can't find anyone else! Cora!
You're muted, Tori.
You're muted, friend.
Sorry, I thought I'd muted myself on my microphone, but I apparently did both. So Cora would be like, "Yep, I'm in here. Yeah, what's up?"
Okay, I know you're busy writing letters to the senators. I love that for you. I support so
I'm
much.
actually packing because we're leaving.
Packing
We're
can be
going
done
home. Yeah.
Packing can be done at any time, but neither here nor there. I got like a very weird sensation, and I didn't want to be alone in my cabin, so like I'm coming here to offer you my company. You're welcome.
Was it like everything getting really quiet for a minute?
Not like that, but like there was a a cold chill. Like someone was like watching me
Oh,
and like feeling really clammy, even though it's like 150.
okay, yeah, well, yeah, no, I just thought it got really quiet for a second, but I'm sure it was just, I don't know, birds are weird sometimes. Like, sometimes if there's
Birds are
like
weird.
micro tremors or, weather or an earthquake, or sometimes it just gets really quiet. I don't know.
Yeah. But something is like I feel it in my core, kind of like in like my titties, that something is off. So I just want to offer my company for you so you don't get paranoid.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's just, I'm honestly, I think everyone's just a little on edge because, the nurse ran off or whatever.
Maybe. Have you seen anyone else?
Just the people who were at the morning meeting that we were all supposed to be at. But
Oh, yeah.
of
Yeah.
course, that not everybody was there, so like, uh, yeah, I don't know. Kit wasn't there, and or no, Kit was there. Who wasn't there? Right, Jenni wasn't there, and Tammy wasn't there either. But I don't know. They were partying pretty hard last
Ooh.
night.
Maybe they went to canoodle or shit where whatever the fuck people
Maybe,
do.
maybe I wouldn't be surprised.
Would
Honestly,
not be surprised.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to like do that in the woods. I don't know. That I guess whatever you're into,
Oh
it just
yeah,
doesn't seem comfy.
absolutely.
But
Do it under bleachers like normal people, but oh well. Can't
it
yuck
also
people's yum when you're in the middle of nowhere.
That also doesn't seem comfy. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. So I only saw you, Delilah, and Kit, but yeah, and the boys.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Out of the goodness of like my heart, I'll also help with packing. Mainly to
No,
supervise and like,
yeah, you don't have to help. I have a system.
okay, what that tells me is you want me to supervise. Got
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you should organize by color.
It's alphabetical, but that's fine.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Because then I can just take the books right out of my bag in like one big stack and put them back on my
Oh,
bookshelf when I get home.
see,
So,
you're so smart. This is why I like you.
any plans for the rest of the summer or?
I mean, not really, I guess. I guess auditions and stuff like that for like
Yeah,
schools still need to like happen. I'm kind of taking a little bit of like a gap just to make sure
that's
everything's
so fair.
organized,
Yeah.
especially because like Michael's not here, so
Hmm.
oh well.
Yeah. That's cool.
What about you?
Oh, just getting ready for next semester. A lot of classes. I'm taking a full schedule and then some extras. My advisor didn't want me to, but there was this really cool poli-sci class I wanted to take, so I added it on.
Well, make sure that you get plenty of sleep and make sure to get
Hmm.
plenty of
Oh
food.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to, I can have my aunt send like some nice snacks to like help with like keeping calm and like keeping your mind focused. Not drugs. Don't worry,
Not
it's not
drugs.
drugs.
Good,
But
good.
it's like nice little goodie basket. She likes to do
Pretty
shit like
cute.
that.
Pretty
She's a
cute.
weird hippie lady.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna keep
You're
packing my
welcome.
stuff.
And I'll just blabber on about random shit. It's like, did you hear what happened with Stephanie? Oh my
Mm-mm.
God.
So, going back to Jenni and Alice and Delilah. I'm not sure who all was gonna go with Jenni, but it kind of seemed y'all were doing stuff together at this point. And Jenni, you said you were headed to Tammy's cabin.
Yes.
Okay. Um, the doors shut. Like the bed's unmade, but you can't tell if it was slept in unmade or, unmade from the day before. But like Delilah says, all her stuff's still there.
Is the door locked, unlocked?
I would imagine it's unlocked, being that it's the daytime now. Plus, if Delilah's there, she clearly got in earlier.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, Jenny will just open the door, go in, look around, looking for shoes, whatever, what might, a note, whatever might like give a clue to where Tori might be. Like, Tammy might be, and she, did she come back and then, leave without her shoes or whatever?
Okay. Do you want to roll a search then?
Yes. And which stat is search?
Search is senses.
Cool. That is a 1.
Okay. On a miss, you accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind.
Let's go with accidentally break something.
Okay. You're digging around looking for some kind of clue, and Tammy had her rollerblades tied by the string and hung on like a peg, and you kind of move them out of the way and they swing a little bit, and then one hits the floor and then the other hits the floor. The one of the laces has frayed and broken, and when the second one hits the floor, one of the wheels comes out and starts rolling slowly towards the door.
Damn it. We'll, run after the wheel that's rolling away. Try to catch that first. Jenny has no idea how to fix skates, so we'll gently, put them on the bed with all of the components she could find.
All right. And I think it's a couple minutes early, but that's where we're going to take our break this episode. We'll see you here soon. Welcome back. Before we jump back in, I'm going to go back through those incentives just in case, because, for $5, you can give a player a reroll. We saw how helpful that was earlier today. For $10, they can find something helpful. For $20, you can make a strange thing occur. The game's already full of strange things. For $25, every player gets a reroll, and I'm sure they'll love that eventually when they need them. And for $30, you can make things get worse. So, before break, Jenni was searching through Tammy's stuff to find a clue as to why they might not be here today. And she broke the rollerblades. So, having picked up the rolling wheel and the 2 rollerblades and whatever bits might have be lying around, you had placed them on the bed.
Yeah. Does anybody see anything. Assuming that Delilah and Alice followed me to Tammy's cabin.
I mean, I'm gonna take the whatever broke off from the rollerblades and I'm gonna try to fix it. Because I've done it before. um or at least try to make it look like it broke on its own. You know what I mean? Like, oh. So when Tammy comes in and she grabs it and she's like, "Oh no, it broke." I was like, "How could it happen? Oh no." Um, specifically, but can
I
I also look around?
Sure. As far as fixing it, I think you could probably find some extra laces to redo that, but I don't think you can fix the wheel with what's in the cabin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like put the wheel basically like that it just stands where it's supposed to be. Meaning that like when Tammy comes back, because she definitely will come back for her roller skates, she takes it and she's gonna be like, "Oh no, like it broke on its own, and definitely nobody touched it." You know what I mean? Kind of like, I know how to do that.
Okay. So you want to roll senses to search then as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like hopefully I'll do a little better. I got only 6.
6 is a miss.
I
don't.
finish off the skates. I try to fix them and I completely finish them off.
Okay. So you start rethreading the laces, and when you get to the top, you either maybe the laces were bad or maybe you just pulled too hard to cinch them up, but you tear the new laces just almost in the exact same spot even.
I would even say I maybe even tear like a hole, you know. I tried to like to tighten it, and one of the holes where laces go just kind of like opens through. I was like, oh. Well, I'm just gonna leave them here. I'm just gonna put down the skates and say, damn, Jenni, you really did a thing on those skates. Damn.
I only damaged the first pair of laces. Don't blame the second one on me, please.
Hmm? I don't know what you're talking about. It's yeah, I looked at it, it was already like that. Damn, that was and I'm just kind of pushing it under the bed.
Alice is pointedly not touching the skates. That is above my pay grade. I do not know how to do that, and now is not the time to learn. I think Alice is being suitably weird, and like poking around, viscerally aware that this is also Delilah's cabin. So like trying not to be too weird and creepy and nosy, but like failing miserably. You know?
Your attention is on the other side of the cabin. We're like,
I
no,
think my
her
attention
bed
is on
is
both
here.
sides.
You're like,
My attention is on both sides of the cabin, but like
Uh-huh,
there are
uh-huh.
some shared spaces. I think like pointedly not looking at any of Delilah's shit, like pointedly like avoiding eye contact with the bed, and like sees an open drawer and is like not about it, but like in a way that is making it worse than if she had just looked at the shit. But like probably like nudging some of Tammy's stuff with her toe, trying to like look at it without leaving prints. You know, getting too nosy, if that tracks. Like looking for reasons why events may have occurred. Allegedly.
Does anybody see any possible clues to where Tammy might be?
We'll be back before the dinner, right?
We can hope.
She always back. She's like here, and then not here, and then back here again, and you don't even notice how it happens. And then bam, she's right here. And then bam, she's gone, doing weird shit that we shouldn't ask about.
It's a big piece of land that the camp is on. She might just be out doing her own thing, exploring, wandering.
What if she got lost in the woods?
I mean, there's not that many woods, right?
I mean, there's one woods around us that's pretty big.
I mean, if you stick to the trails, like
Yeah,
you
she's like a counselor. She knows how to
should
stick to
be,
trails.
you should be fine. But like, realistically, even small woods, you can get turned around and lost. Like if you don't know what you're doing, didn't bring a compass. Just saying. I've had to teach the wilderness navigation a couple of times, so you gotta remember your compass so you don't get lost. Because like even on the trails, you can get lost. It's just easier on the trails to find your way back.
To be fair, Tammy does not give me impression of a person who knows how to read compass.
I mean, she got hired with the rest of us, right? Like we had to go through like an amount of like a non-zero amount of training. It wasn't great, but it was some, right?
I didn't. My church just kind of assigned me. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't said it. It's fine.
I mean,
You're not lost in the woods, so it's probably okay.
But what if I was lost in the woods? I would have been completely lost in the woods.
But you're not. But you're not lost in the woods. You're found right here.
You do have a point. I should not go to the woods.
Just like alone with somebody who doesn't know how to navigate. You should just have like the buddy system. That's what they taught us in the training, right? Right.
they did, yes. The buddy system is a good way to avoid getting lost. It helps, anyways, especially if the other person knows how to navigate. Anyways, so there's a possibility that Tammy got turned around in the woods, but we'll wait and see. Maybe we just haven't looked in the right place.
Yeah.
Delilah. As Jenni says, maybe we just didn't look in the right place. Your gaze is drawn to the open door that you all entered in. And your mother is standing there in a dark robe. And you stare. You stare for a minute. And you realize the conversation's moved on without you, and you're drawn back to your friends, and you look back at the door for a second, and there's nothing there.
Have any of you experienced thing that when you like try to think how you're gonna start explaining it to friends, you think maybe you shouldn't?
I mean, yeah, haven't we all? I mean, this is a safe space. If you have something to get off your chest, we could. We're cool.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say something that will sound like I'm crazy. And if you say that I am, I will probably believe you. But I swear to God, I saw my mom
Where?
Like there, and I'm pointing the door.
Is she like
And
here to
here's
pick you up? That's early.
I don't know. I'm not. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If it was just one thing, I would have been like, "Oh, I had a very long day." But with the line of everything together, now I'm like, either somebody put really bad drugs into our food, and I'm really not enjoying this really bad trip, or something weird is happening. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like 50% each. I'm not. I'm still. I'm not leaning towards any of those right now.
I don't think I'm on drugs.
You wouldn't know you're on drugs until you're off drugs.
Is that true?
That's what my mom says. She says don't talk to strangers because you might not know you're on drugs until you're like off drugs. But then it's too late at this point.
I hate to break the tension for a moment, but because this is a charity drive, I have been informed that in $20 we will be running a giveaway for a 5 paint set from Turbo Dork.
Ooh.
And what's the incentive for $20? Presents?
The incentive for $20 is something strange will occur, much like
Ooh.
what just happened.
Ooh.
Anyway, continue on, please.
Come on, make it even stranger.
Make it even
I dare
stranger.
you. My whole family appears.
I don't think either of you have any drugs in your system.
Are you
I
sure?
don't know. Do we have like a
Now I'm scared I'm on drugs.
yeah? Do we have like a drug test on site? I don't think so.
No.
We wouldn't know until it's too late. We're already addicted, and now like our life is ruined. Oh my god, our life is ruined.
Okay,
My
so
mom was right.
did did any of you do any drugs? Did you?
Not actively.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
that's a good start.
I did a beer last night. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gave you the beer.
Yeah, okay.
Did you? I mean,
Can they put
that
drugs in
one
the beer?
they better not have. I will kill Kyle.
I don't think
I don't
Kyle's
know-
smart enough to get drugs.
I don't know if he did it, but I'll blame it on him.
What if they put it in Fruit Loops? They already like my mom says that we should not eat him because like the food dye in that makes kids crazy. Maybe she was right. Oh my god, my mom was right this whole time. I should have never left the home. She's sitting
Maybe-
here. Never mind. It's on her.
Are you sure she's not like just here to pick you up and is like a day early or something? Like are we like super sure that it's drugs and not just your mom?
I mean, she was dressed weirdly.
I don't know how your mom dresses. Is
What do
that
you-
Well, she was like, "Hey, Jenni, remember I asked you earlier how well do you remember that evening when you saw things that we shouldn't have seen?"
Yeah.
Well, she was dressed like that.
Oh, the
Yeah,
pastor was that night.
Yeah. Let's not say it out loud. Just, that way.
I wish we could say it out loud. We could say it.
I'll come close and I whisper to you, like, we are in black robes. I don't want anybody else to know. I don't want anybody else to hear that we're talking about it.
Like a choir? That seems like normal church stuff, right? That's like churches do that. No, not like that. Okay.
Yeah, not like the choir robes, more culty horror moon chanting, drawing weird symbols on the floor.
I'm gonna assume that there's just a difference that I'm not aware of. Okay.
that evil. That's not a good. That might not be a good. I don't know. Satanic, I guess. More satanic, less churchy. Is
My mom says only Dungeons and Dragons is satanic, and I don't think they play in Dungeons and Dragons, so
I don't think. If your mom's here, we should go like talk to her, right? Even if she's like in like a weird church robe,
you do have a point.
right?
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Mom! I'm just gonna I'm just gonna open the door like, Mom!
we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Zoom. I mean, it lit up green. Did you hear me then?
Yes.
We hear you
Okay.
now, yes.
Maybe I was just being too quiet. Who knows? You yell mom and you open the door and you wait a moment. And you wait a moment. And you wait a moment. Nothing.
Okay. I mean, good. She cannot see me like this, you know. That'd be weird. What if she's it's not okay, it's somebody who looked like we just being pranked. You know what? You know what? I got it, guys. I got it. Tammy's pulling a prank on us. It's the last day. She was talking about how like there's not enough pranks in this camp. She's pulling a prank on us. Oh my god. I cannot believe I hope she got priceless reactions from all of us. Jesus.
I mean, if it was Tammy, we should go find her, right? Still? Or are we just gonna let her keep pranking? That also does sound like Tammy.
We just stop reacting. You know what?
Okay.
We're gonna stop giving her the reactions. We're gonna be like, no more. Whatever you want to do your pranks, do your pranks. No.
Yeah.
You hear this? Tammy, we're no longer scared of your pranks. You can come out and say whatever you want. I'm not afraid anymore.
And we'll move away from that scene for a minute. At that declaration, Tammy, we're not afraid anymore. So, what's going on back with Cora and Rita?
I think I probably, after a little bit, have packed up enough stuff that I'm like, we should probably go see what everybody else is doing, maybe?
The best case scenario. Where would people be at like this time of day?
I don't know.
Do you want to just walk around until we find them?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to hear them talking. They talk pretty loud and
So loud.
yeah.
All right, let's try to see if we can hear the sounds of yelling.
Yeah,
That
do they
sounds about
hear me
right.
yelling, Mom? That's a fun question.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you just hear somebody, Delilah, yell mom?
that did sound like Delilah. I don't know why she would scream out mom, but I do want to know why. So let's go towards it.
I'm going to hope that they're playing some kind of weird version of Marco Polo. Okay. Because otherwise a kid yelling for their mom in the woods is bad. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. Let's follow the yelling.
And we do.
You stand up and get ready to leave the cabin. And blocking your path
I don't like this music.
is
I don't
a
like this music either.
big, dark figure, broad-shouldered, wearing a dark cloak, with a large knife in his hand. You have a chance before he attacks to do something.
Ah!
Shit, fuck.
What can I do? What am I good at? Nothing. What can I do?
What are my stats? Okay.
Does this person seem to be my age or older?
It's hard to say, but based on their size, you would assume older.
Awesome. I'm going to try and use my never at a loss for words skill and persuade him to just let us go. We're not hurting anybody. He can have whatever he wants of my stuff.
And if that doesn't work, I also have don't fuck with my team.
Yes.
Just double team that.
How many dice do I roll? Someone remind me how to play Pathfinder the Apocalypse again.
2.
2d6?
Yeah.
Alright. And I get a +1 to my persuade. And I'm already at a 2. Okay.
And I also rolled mine, but I'll wait to see what happens.
Alright.
Or do you
I
want me
rolled
to-
a 4 and a 3. Do I add the 2 that I have in mind?
Yes.
And then the additional 1, so I add 3?
Yes.
So I rolled a 4 and a 3, which is 7. So I got 10. He better
Okay.
leave me alone.
Well, I don't think my roll is needed, maybe. But just in case, I did roll a 12. Without my stats.
Yes! Double 6s!
Okay.
I'm good. I'm just like, hey, we're not bothering anybody. I'll pretend I didn't ever see you. You can have whatever you want out of my cabin. We're just gonna go find our friends and pretend we never saw you.
Bitch.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a die, not to, like, change what you got, because you succeeded, but just help me decide what they might do.
Just drop dead. It's like, oh, I feel so bad now. Ugh.
Just has a stroke on the spot.
That was the donation goal for $300.
That's how I get the
you can
item. That's how I
kill a
get my
character.
item. It's like, ooh, a knife.
Okay, so you do your best to convince whatever this is to leave you alone, to let you pass. And I think something in the demeanor changes. You can't see their face. You're just kind of reading what little body language there is. And this person turns slowly and starts to walk out of the door frame. And you hear a thunk of something striking the cabin.
As soon as I think that they are gone, I am going to grab Rita and run.
Okay.
I will run with them, but I'll also make sure to like watch our backs. I'm turning to like keep.
I'm just
eyes
dragging you
on.
by the arm.
You watch forward. I look back. We are double teaming this right now.
Okay. So you quick look, you don't see any danger, and you start to run. Rita, you see the knife embedded in the wood, and you snatch it. And that will give you a +1 the next time you need to roll body for inflict violence.
Yeah, we've got a knife!
Thank you, me.
The kids have a knife!
So, where are you running to?
In the direction of Delilah's yell of mom.
Okay. You stampede over there faster than you've probably run in your lives. Even if some of you might have been on track, you never ran so hard in your lives. And Delilah, you have just yelled mom, and you're standing there waiting. And right as you're about to turn around, Cora and Rita come barreling up to your door.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Guys, there was someone with a knife!
I have the knife now. We're fine. But what the literal shit is happening?
Chill, it's fine. It's Tammy pulling her stupid
There was
prank
a
on all of us.
person in a hooded cloak holding a. Ah!
Did you see their face?
No, they were having.
No,
What
we
did
were focused on not getting stabbed.
They were gonna
It was
kill
just
us.
Tammy. I'm telling you, it's nothing. She's just pulling a stupid prank on all of us and like just laughing somewhere in the stupid bushes.
Where would Tammy get a giant knife?
in the
This knife in
store?
Yeah, it's like a Bowie knife. It's big.
Really? Do you
What
think
store
Tammy
would sell that?
I mean, Hunter stores? The knife store? I don't know, knife department and the department store?
So we think Tammy walked from the camp to a hunting store and also some kind of Halloween store to buy a hooded cloak and then came back to like pretend she's gonna stab us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
What the little
fact
shit
that you-
is that?
Listen, the fact that you
Tammy's
two...
like a bit of a shithead, but like not that much of a shithead.
That's how I know you haven't spent too much time with her. She'll definitely
Yes, I
do that.
have. I've spent a lot of time with Tammy. I probably spent more time with Tammy than the rest of you have.
Not the time to be petty right now. Point being, what is happening? Why did you scream, Mom? Is your mom here?
I don't know. No, it's just Tammy pretending to be my mom.
What?
How do you know Tammy was pretending to be your mom?
Why would
Why-
Tammy
why would-
pretend to be your mom?
Okay, but why would my mom be here? The only explanation,
know.
we're either all on drugs or Tammy's pulling a prank. That's the only two possible explanations, and
No,
I
there's
think,
other explanations.
like what?
I don't know. There could be like maybe your mom's here to pick you up, or you just saw something out of the corner of your eye, or someone who looked like your mom, and there's maybe actually somebody with a knife or who had a knife before Rita got the knife. Hell yeah, but
Why would somebody be in a summer camp with a knife and then just like
because
leave
there's
the
crazy
knife?
people in the world. There's crazy
Why would they
people
leave the? Why would they leave the knife behind them?
to scare us. Maybe they have more knives.
Do you think they would have a
I
knife
think
to
we're
give
also
to all
very
of us?
convincing.
We were very convincing. I asked
Very
like
convincing.
really articulately for
And I
this
stared
person not
and
to
I
kill
stared
us.
very menacingly.
Mhm.
Okay, so hold on. A lot of weird things are happening. The nurse is missing.
Yes. Yes.
No, she had a
Deli's-
medical emergency and had to go home.
Still missing though.
So that is not what me and Rita overheard. Usually if you have a medical emergency, you tell somebody. Not go missing for 24 hours and then they announce to everybody that you had a medical emergency.
I mean,
That
It's not
seems-
great.
I mean, but like, you know what I mean? Because like, if you're having a medical emergency, you usually want help
Yeah.
so that, so somebody
like,
knows. But they
she
said
could have
she
like
was
called
missing.
911 from the phone in the counselor's
Or
office.
or at the very least, like she could have seen one of the other like the adult counselors or the head counselor or like the custodians. She would have said, "Hey, I have to head out for something," and then they would have reported it. Not have the head counselor be panicked of, "We haven't seen her since last night."
That's
What if
what
it
I'm.
was
Well,
like-
technically
That's
2 nights
not
ago.
Good. This isn't
Well, what if it was like
good.
emergency, like like appendix, and she needed to go straight to the hospital, and then she called, like,
2 nights ago
If-
type of worry.
But if you were having appendicitis, you'd be in so much pain that you wouldn't even be able to like drive. You would want to go tell the head counselor to drive you to the hospital.
And she's the nurse.
Right.
She might like know what the
Yeah.
symptoms are and be like, "Hey."
She would know not to go by herself.
And
Um,
weird shit happened to her office. And as far as we understand, Tammy was in the kitchen when Jenni and I were in her office. So it
Where
couldn't
is
have been
Tammy?
Tammy.
See, that's the other thing I was gonna say. It kind of seems like Tammy's missing too, because
No,
like,
no. Let's not assume somebody's missing.
well, she didn't come back from the party last night. It seems like and we were looking for her this morning, and then
God.
Deli started seeing her mom apparently, but I didn't see anybody in the doorway. Alice, did you see anybody in the doorway?
huh?
Did you see
Alice.
anybody in the?
Alice, you are
in the
not
doorway.
paying attention to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes have been lingering on Tammy's bunk. And tucked almost on the bottom, tucked on one of the bunk legs, almost behind the leg where you can't see it, there is a small carved symbol.
Is it one that I recognize?
You do recognize it, but it's not associated with you. It's associated with Delilah's church.
No, don't put me into. Listen. I'm only there by association. Don't connect me to that. No.
Like the choir church or the creepy church?
Don't-
Normal regular church?
we don't know each other.
That's not my church.
You saw my church.
Alice, we're kind of panicking. Why are you spacing out?
Huh? Yeah. We're panicking. Why are we? What's?
We're panicking because someone tried to kill us with a knife.
What?
This knife.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you have a? That thing is huge.
Yeah, I know. Some imposing figure was trying to threaten us,
How
and
are
we
you
were.
seriously not paying attention?
Yeah, we were yelling.
Sorry. Just kind of. It's been a day. It's been a weird one.
Can I read a person?
Sure.
I was like, what's the closest to an insight check for this?
You can read probably pretty easy. Alice is like at a 3rd grade reading level at this for personal interpretation.
Incredible.
That is a 9.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you get to ask one question, but they get to ask you one. All questions have to be answered truthfully, but they can be between characters in-game, or they can be above board. So the examples, once again, are, how do you feel about blank? What does it take to get you to do blank? Are you telling the truth in regards to blank? But you obviously can ask.
I think
something
she'll
else.
even ask. I think she'll even ask in character, what in the literal shit distracted you from multiple people yelling for like several minutes just now? Like, what is happening here? Are you drunk still?
We might be on drugs. Nobody knows at this point.
I certainly
No,
not. I take care of my body.
Me, a temple. However, no, I think Alice is probably trying to hide it, and probably par for the course doing a pretty shit job. But like as you're sort of interrogating and like yelling at her for like not noticing the yelling, she just keeps like looking back at the bunk and like is sort of like backed up against it, like she has been like stepping away from you guys as you were talking, doing her own thing, like purposefully moving away. I don't think she is gonna come out openly and say that like she found a thing that is weird, but like it's pretty obvious she's doing a shit job at hiding that like she found something that's weird.
I'm gonna ask very calmly and politely because it seems like you're about to panic.
Mm-hmm.
Scooch a little to the right.
Is physically moved over.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. I didn't do it. It was just I don't know. Do you guys know, Delilah? Do you know what it is?
Do you show it like where the symbol is?
Yeah. Rita's bodily moved me away from, like, we're sort of past faking it at this point.
Presence. You said that this is a bunk bed. Does it mean it's where I sleep as well?
No, I mean like a bunk, just as
Oh,
in,
just
like, that's
okay.
what the bed is called. It's not a bunk
Got you,
bed,
yeah,
as in
I-
there's
from-
2 of them.
Oh, thank God.
You know,
Okay.
it's just it was Tammy's bunk in the cabin.
Cool. Yeah, Delilah was ready to panic at this moment, so it's perfect. You know what? I'm gonna turn around very calmly. Definitely super calm. I'm gonna look if I have something on my bed similar.
Okay. I don't think this situation requires you to roll a search anymore.
Uh-huh.
You get down on your hands and knees, maybe down on your stomach, and you peer at the bed as best as you can. They're surprisingly high up, so people can put like suitcases and stuff underneath them, so it's pretty easy to like crawl part of the way under there and look around. Your bunk does not have a mark on it that you see.
Okay. Well,
I will say though, because you looked at Tammy's bunk's mark after Alice pointed it out, you recognize it as relating to your mom's church, the town church. I mean, I don't think everybody goes there, but it's pretty big. But it's not the same symbol as what was on the outside of the building, but you recognize them as related symbols.
I really appreciate you not calling it my church. I disowned them. We don't have. I don't know her. It's either very popular symbol, or it has something to do with my mom's church, which with every passing moment of my living, I have more and more doubts that they are truly proper Christians.
What?
Jenni, would you mind to explain what we saw? Because I don't think I have any mental capacity to do so.
Sure. I can make this. I can do this really easily. I have a picture. Like, I can show the picture.
Yeah.
Or do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
I don't know you have it with you.
I gotta run back to my
body
cabin
system.
then.
Body
Yeah,
system.
we should nobody
Buddy
should be going
system,
anywhere.
please.
I think we should actually probably go in a big group. Let's all go together.
Yes.
Does anyone else need anything in this cabin specifically? Gripping the knife in hands, like, make sure you have everything you need from this cabin.
I don't think I have anything. You know what? I'm gonna take my Walkman just in case.
If this was Kids on Brooms, that would be important to you later.
Mm-hmm. It may still be.
I mean, like, actually mechanically. It'd be like one of your touchstones.
Actually, real quick, because we know that Tammy sometimes likes to keep knives around, is there maybe something in this vicinity that is big enough to house this Bowie knife so she's just not walking around with it unsheathed? Or can she wrap it in something?
Last session she gave it to somebody. I wonder to whom.
Tammy got a pocket knife, much different than what this is.
I was gonna say that brings me to, I believe I get to ask a question back.
Yes.
If I may.
Sure.
Above table.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Rita, what's it gonna take to get you to give up that knife?
If I think it literally is going to be because she had her tarot card reading and that had on a kind of medium low alert, and now having someone presently almost attack me and a friend high alert, I think it's going to literally take a Hail Mary situation of I'm in this moment, I need a knife so I can eat. That's the only way. It has to be a very extreme moment. She's not going to casually give it to someone.
Okay, interesting. Noted. Understood.
Hang on to your knives at all times. That's why I wanted something to put this in so I could like put it in the titty secure.
I thought you were gonna like hide
Perfect.
it back in her shit. You want to take it with you, but like concealed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think probably the it's not perfect, but the best thing is probably a piece of the roller derby, like pads, like shin guards or something. You could maybe wrap it in that, and so one side is the softer wrap, but the other side is like the harder shin guard type thing.
Okay.
That's probably the best you can do.
Okay. Yeah, she'll do that and maneuver it and then to secure it on her person. I'm not letting go of this shit.
So, you're going back to Jenny's cabin as a group?
Yeah.
Okay. You all step outside. And you start... I mean, how fast are you going? Like, are you in a hurry, or are you trying to act casual? Are you sprinting? How is this working?
I would say we're in a hurry, but what does everyone else think?
I think a power walk is a safe bet.
Mhm. Yeah.
Power walking,
Mall walking.
housewives in
Yeah.
New York Park.
Saturday at the mall when the new, like, album just dropped or something like that.
Mhm.
Awesome. So you're from where you are, not that I've laid out like an actual map of the area, but Jenny's cabin I think is pretty far from where you are at this point, because of the way just everything's kind of arrayed, really stretched out along the edge of the lake. So it's gonna take a minute to get there, and the fastest way would probably be if you cut straight across like one of the shallower beaches, where there's maybe a couple canoes left if they didn't get dealt with, but it's not like the beach where they do volleyball or other like actual beach activities, right? So knowing that, you're gonna make your way that way, and when you're in that kind of open area, you're walking, you know you need to get to Jenny's cabin. You're out in an open area, and you hear the crack of a rifle fire.
Oh God!
Oh shit!
Is that a gun?
Is it close to us? Is
Doc!
it towards us?
I'm gonna grab whoever's around me and just like drag us onto the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jenny probably kind of tackles Alice down to the ground, just like
What the fuck?
get
Yeah.
low, stay low.
It's
Do we want to keep moving?
It's hard to say exactly like how close it is, because like in an area like this that echoes 4 miles, but it did definitely sound like it was somewhere within the camp, but you're not quite sure where.
Should we get adults? Should we head towards the adults?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Fireworks, right?
Yeah, we
No, not fireworks.
should get inside at least. But as long as it doesn't seem like they're shooting at them, we should. Yeah, now we should move. Or shooting at us, we should definitely move.
Yep. As in, like, let's run.
As in, like, get off of me.
Yes. We'll help you up. Let's go.
Serpentine, everyone, serpentine.
What?
Serpentine.
Okay. Can we see
Are you
where
still going to Jenny's cabin? Since you had a plan.
What is closer?
Yeah.
I think that's probably best. What's the closest thing?
The closest thing is one of the shacks where they keep like a lawnmower and other tools.
Is
On
that
one hand, I
shack?
don't trust that.
Is that shack big enough for all of us?
I mean It's hard to say. It's big enough for 2 people to reasonably be in there at the same time with like a lawnmower and other, like they've got the one gas powered lawnmower, and they've got one of the like really old push where it's just the extended blades and other tools and stuff, so you can maybe squeeze everyone in there.
Can we get any sort of read on, like, where are the shots coming from? No is an answer, but, like...
You can't get a read on it because it was only the one shot so far.
Right. Okay.
And especially now that, like, that echo's died off, there's no way to know where it came from.
Fair enough. I say we go to the place where they keep the extra knives.
No. Oh, kitchen maybe a bit more, but like, yeah, not the shed. Not the shed.
Not the shed?
No.
Like gardening shears.
We have a
Just-
knife.
A knife?
It's not going to fit all of us, so everyone else would have to scatter. I'm not scattering.
Okay,
Yeah, it does seem
okay.
like it'd be a little too cramped. Well, next biggest building. Let's just.
What's the
Okay.
next building?
I'll let one of you decide. What is the next building?
The head counselor's office.
Yeah, the police station.
Well, there's definitely not a police station at camp.
So head counselor it is.
Yeah, you could head to the what's the camp director's office. Yeah, you can go there.
Calm.
So, you can see, maybe 50, 60 feet, 100 feet at most from the... You're kind of looking, if from where you are, you can kind of see the shed, which is why it was the first thing to come up. And then beyond that, another like 60, 100 feet, you see the back of the camp director's cabin office. Like, it's one of the bigger buildings. And Rita takes off running.
No, I'm following Rita. She's got the
on.
knife.
Come on.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
the
also
one who
following
got
Rita.
her
enough
shit
for
together
this.
out of all of us.
Yeah, Jenny is following Rita as well.
I have a fun
We
question.
can go back to the shed later.
How far is radio station, like Radio Shack thing from this office?
Ooh. It's probably pretty close. It honestly might be one of the few buildings. So if like the camp director's office is roughly in the middle of camp, and it's also where one of the, I don't know if you could call it the main road, because the pickup, where the pickup is like where the roads really end, but obviously there are paths and trails worn in, and some of those are used by vehicles. But I think the radio station would be like, if the camp, where's my camera? If the camp building is here and you're over here, back behind the shed, I would say the radio tower is probably further up, like kind of on, like it's going to be kind of on one of the main paths or roads
Gotcha.
for like a golf cart or trail type situation.
Good to know. No reason at all. But we do have a radio there that we can contact someone outside of the camp. And we can also connect to the the radio and really loudly say, "Hey, you killer fucker, we're not afraid of you. Get the fuck out of here of this camp." Because I'm pretty sure if Cora was able to ask the killer not to kill her, if Cora will do that on the radio, we might be all safe.
I might have gotten really lucky, guys. I wouldn't risk like drawing them to our location. We should find the head counselor. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you do have a point.
Okay, good first plan. Let's do that.
Okay. So you know you make your way to the camp director's building. Most of the cabins, most of the buildings don't have more than one door, except for like the mess hall has a couple doors. Obviously there's at least 2 doors in and out, plus a door or 2 to get into the kitchen, plus the kitchen door, like to the back. But most of the buildings only have like one way in, one way out. So you have to go around to the front of the camp director's building. And you get around the building, and you grab the door, and it opens. And you pull open the door. And immediately you see bloody footprints leading deeper into the director's building.
No.
Okay, maybe this is a bad idea.
You see under one of the skylights, it's the camp director, she gets the nicest building. Under one of the skylights is a large stain. And
Just a stain?
Just a stain.
Okay.
Just a stain. It's a little smeared, maybe, but it's just a stain. And there are, like, her little shelf of books that people can borrow. That's all on the floor, in a mess. Her desk, which is normally so meticulous, is been shoved slightly, and stuff's toppled over, and the TV's been smashed in the corner.
Not the TV.
This seems like a bad place to be. We should find a different place to
Yeah,
hide.
This is a good place to be. They've already done this one, right?
Or they could. It kind of looks like somebody's still here. Like they just walked deeper into the building, and I would rather
Yeah.
not find out if that's
Duh, no.
I'm not
Alright.
team follow bloody footprints. I just think that's
Yeah,
not a good
absolutely
idea.
not. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Where though? Where do we go?
Do we want to try? Do we want to try the radio and see if we can call for help?
Yep, plan B. That's a
Yeah,
good
okay.
plan.
I'm also like one of the only people who have keys to the radio, so
That's
Yep.
true.
They'd have to kick
that
down
works.
the door.
Do you have your keys, right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Stay together.
Serpentine.
Eva's shaking their head. It makes
I would,
me
you know
so
what? I would even
scared.
say, I would even say, like, I
Hmm.
probably should have given the keys yesterday. That's when everybody was given, but because like Delilah just forgot, and she still has the key to the
Hey,
radio place.
Don't
Like
question the ancestors. They
ADHD
allowed
just
you to
worked.
keep the keys. They said keep the keys.
Yeah.
Don't question it.
I was about to be like, but does Delilah still have the keys? But no, I like that logic. That's fine. I'll let you have the keys.
She was too occupied with making the mixtapes for kids that she forgot that she needs to like give up the keys and do all of that stuff. She's like, her brain was not in there.
Okay.
I'm so scared.
I hate this music so much. As soon as it switches to this, my heart just like jumps out of my chest. So
See, thank you, parents, for never exposing me to this growing up. Like, this shit didn't happen until college, and I avoided it.
All right. You make your way. Really back outside the camp building is probably not correct, because most of you were still outside. And you know that you can see the radio building from where you are. It's on near the big path. It's not quite tucked into like a little copse of trees. The tower sticks up out of the building. Should be able to get there no problem.
Real quick. When we close the office door, is there anything that can maybe prop up against the door to like,
Like a barricade.
yeah, like a barricade type of thing, just in case someone was still inside and don't want to
The
get out?
door opens inwards. You'd have to prop it from inside.
Okay, disregard then.
So, Delilah, do you take charge then? Because you have the keys.
There is reluctant charge, but yes.
Okay. With you in the front, the group heads toward the radio building. It's bigger than the utility shack, but not by much, but also other than like the console and a couple of things of equipment, it's empty space with room for people to congregate. Delilah, you stop 10, 15 feet away. The first thing you notice, the door is open. The second thing you notice is that symbol, like on the other cabin. Not the one on the bunk, but the one on the cabin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Quick question. Do we really want to go inside?
God,
This
if
wa-
we
this
run out of
wasn't a-
places to go.
I was like, this wasn't there before, and this place was locked.
What's
I mean,
plan C?
we should probably at least see if we can radio, right?
Yeah.
I mean, again, help might be the priority here.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
gonna
Rita's
grab.
got that knife. If somebody's in here, we could,
True.
knife.
Rita, take out your knife, and I'm gonna take a long stick, and using this stick, I'm gonna open the door. And like as soon as the door opens, I'm like jumping away. There's like
Okay,
a distance.
You push the door open further and then jump back.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. You push the door open and jump back, and you all kind of peer around without getting too close. The controls have been damaged.
A fucking course. Can
No, my radio.
Delilah, so usually I will allow you this moment to mourn, but I have a very genuine question. I'm too bimbo. I don't know if this is an actual legit thing. Are you able to fix it?
Oh,
Okay, just double checking. I don't
I
know
can
science
barely
stuff.
run it. Like I know how to press the
Yeah.
button and start playing stuff, but that's as much as I can do.
Okay, shit, fuck. Are there any phones besides maybe the counselor's office?
Most likely the only place you'd have a phone probably in the nurse's office and in the camp director's building would probably be the only two real places.
Okay.
Oh, the two places they were raided. Great, good to know.
Yeah.
Ecstatic. Yay!
We're
Jazz
fucking
hands.
stuck here.
Can
Shit.
somebody drive?
I
I
can
mean-
probably drive.
Like in
Yeah,
theory.
I would trust Cora with it more than I'd trust me.
Like, yeah, drive, but like I don't know how to what's the word, like hot wire a car type of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely don't know how to do that.
Unless we
Tammy
can find
probably knows how
magical
to do that if
keys.
we can find Tammy.
Tammy also knows how to fix this shit, but Tammy's not here.
I'm getting more and more worried that we haven't seen Tammy.
I
Me
thought you
too,
said that Tammy was the one pulling the pranks.
Okay,
Is
you
she?
did say that,
Is,
but
is
I'm
she-
not sure it's a prank.
I don't know anymore.
Here's the thing. I see from everything you guys said, I see the dots. I don't fully understand what how we connect in all those dots and with what. And I'll also be honest, I don't know if I want to know. If we are we gonna die?
No.
No, cat, no. Guys, don't fucking roll the dice. Don't you dare.
Okay, so maybe we should just get back to my cabin, lock ourselves in for at least a moment, hide, regroup, come up with a better plan instead of just running around from plan to plan.
I also
Okay.
I want to suggest something. If there's someone messing with us, maybe we're just not going to announce our plans out loud, very loudly. So, like, whatever is. 'Cause it sounds like wherever we want to go, somebody's immediately been there. So if we just very quietly tell each other that thing, person, whatever organization is not going to know, and they're not going to be able to go there ahead of us.
Unless
You
they've already
think they're
been there.
listening to us?
I don't know. So far, everywhere we've been, it seems like somebody just been there. Literally every single place was like.
Let's go back to Jenny's place, and we can discuss it there as calm as possible.
Jenny's place? Like, are we trying
I
to throw
mean,
them off their
that's-
scent? I don't want to.
Oh, we are
uh,
so hungry. It's time to go and get ourselves a lunch in the canteen. It's
Yeah.
definitely so hungry.
That gunshot
yeah.
made me syrup so much. I need to eat again.
Yeah, and we need water so we can trek through the woods to escape northwards.
Yes, we need so much water.
Okay,
Exactly what.
Let's keep going.
Let's walk. Let's walk.
Let's just walk.
Okay.
Okay. So you're heading to Jenny's cabin now. Is that correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Jenny's cabin.
Jenny's
but it's actually-
Jenny's
Jenny's
cabin.
cabin.
Everybody follow me.
It's the kitchen. Jenny's cabin.
Now I'm confused. Are we actually going to Jenny's
yeah,
cabin?
I
we
wanna-
actually.
I wanna
are
be
we
like-
actually going to Jenny's cabin.
We're-
Like above
We're
table is it
thinking
Jenny's
are
cabin or
going-
Jenny's cabin?
I
I
had
think we're actually going to Jenny's cabin.
I had a
Unless
moment where I
someone
wanted to
says
be like,
otherwise.
listen, I'm on your side. Tell me where you're going.
I don't believe you. We're going to Jenny's cabin.
Inside
We're
check on the
pretending.
present.
Inside check on the GM.
We're pretending
Doesn't
we're
work.
going to
Okay,
Sometimes it does work.
so you're heading to Jenny's cabin. That's going to take you back near the camp director's building. Just, to, you note that as you go. As you pass... Oh,
For the lake.
Yeah.
Is there like a boat that goes out for for the camp? Does the camp have like its own personal boat that goes out into the lake?
the camp doesn't have a boat. They have nothing multi-person. They just have canoes.
That's fair. I didn't know how bougie this place was gonna be.
No, this is very, mid 1980s.
Fair
the
enough.
It's the 80s. How bougie can it be?
it's the wrong
Yeah.
year that, for example, like leave your Game Boys at home and go spend time at camp kind of a situation.
Look, I was like mainly raised in Maryland. I know boats, so that's why. I was like,
Off-brand
maybe they
Fruit
have
Loops
boats.
is sort of where is the level that we're.
Yeah, there are 5 yachts there. There's a cruise ship.
We're actually going pontooning later.
No, they have that. They have to rent the pontoon, and that they only do like twice a year.
Well, worst case scenario, we could all row out into the middle of the lake. It's much harder for somebody to stab you out there.
But it's also much harder to not get stabbed. To move away
They
from
could
the
still probably
stabbing.
shoot at you though.
I
We could all
think that
lay
some
down.
killers can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can row faster than somebody can swim.
Can we?
I don't know if Michael Phelps was swimming towards me.
Y'all haven't seen me row.
So you're moving towards Jenny's cabin.
Yes.
Allegedly.
As you pass the camp director's building for the second time, Rita, you glance over and you feel the best way you can describe is like a warm hug from one of your parents. You've got a vibe all of a sudden. There's something important in that building.
I feel like
Well, everyone walks.
I feel like I want to check something, but I don't know exactly what would be a best check for that.
Okay, let me know and we'll figure it out.
I feel like senses or heart maybe, but I'm not sure.
Well, what are you trying to accomplish?
I want to see if this feeling is something where she is trying to seek out something of comfort, or if this is like a genuine feeling. Like, is this a genuine I should go here, or is this my brain trying to like bring me comfort?
I'd say in that case, I think you can just roll heart and tell me what you get.
Okay. 10.
Okay. It is a feeling you think sent to you by the ancestors. Something in that building will be helpful at some point.
Okay. Pause for a second. Pause. This is going to be very, very weird. And I can literally try to piece it together when we get to where we need to go. However, I want to check something. I just want to check something real quick. I feel like something can help us. I just don't want to be alone. That's the main thing.
Yeah, nobody should be splitting up.
Okay, so we're not
check
going to
what?
the mess hall?
We're taking a detour.
A detour back to a place that we kind of just went to.
Oh no, we forgot forks. Let's grab forks. Okay.
With the blood and the murderer.
Trust me on
Jam.
this.
Oh
Trust me
no,
on
somebody
this.
spilled jam.
Yes, and we need more jam. Just trust me on this. And she'll guide them back. You're muted, friend.
We can't hear you.
Qualms with this.
Oh. Okay, there.
Maybe my
Hello?
mic's just unhappy. Do you all follow? Do any of you have qualms with what's being stated?
Yes to both.
I mean, you can guess to both.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
have
nervous,
several
but I'm
qualms, but-
following.
It's more like, are you going to just go along, or do you want to like try and read Rita or anything else that you can, do in the situation? I know we've been kind of rules light for the most part, but
actually, you know what? I would actually like to read Rita in this situation. Clearly, I need new dice. That is a 2.
How? It's 2
Jail.
dice. What are you doing?
What's your heart?
My heart is 0, and I've rolled 2 ones.
Mood, same.
Jail for dice for 1,000
Yeah.
years.
Really beautiful dice, but damn.
You get experience.
Yep, you do get experience. That's true. But I think you're kind of just too frazzled at this point, Jenni.
I had half a mind to like take stock like see if
Okay.
I can see what Rita's seeing. Like I don't know that I'm necessarily trying to read Rita's intent so much as what did she see that made her want to turn around.
Okay. I mean, that also, take stock would potentially let you notice something that isn't directly related to search also, so
Mhm.
you could get another benefit that we're not aware of yet.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
the intent there. Oh god, I'm losing dice. Where did it go?
It's been claimed
Woof.
by the void.
Okay, and that is senses, so that is a 9 all told.
On a 7 to 9, you can ask, what do I see, what do I hear, what do I smell, or what do I feel? You get to ask two of those.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I feel like what do I see is the immediate ask.
Okay. You see the camp director's building. The door's still shut from when you were last all there as a group. You see the, if you turn your head just far enough, you see the radio tower kind of behind you. Off in front of you at a certain point is the lake. I don't think seeing gives you what Rita might have pinged on.
Okay. I'm gonna get weird with it. What do I feel?
Okay. You feel like someone much taller than you places a hand or something on your shoulder, and they lean down and they say something, but you don't hear words. But you get the feeling that whatever might be in there, Rita said they wanted to check something out, that whatever's in there could also be beneficial to you, Alice, as opposed to the group together.
Okay.
Because you said you were going weird with it, so we went weird.
No, I'm
with
getting
it.
weird, yeah. I always weird. Yeah, Alice is suddenly very cool with this. Actually that tracks. Let's go. Yeah, Rita has big knife. We'll be fine.
Okay. Anything else before we get into the building with Rita and her senses? Okay. Rita, I think this feeling you got also lets you know that whatever happened here is done for the moment. There's no one inside.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're still being cautious, you're not necessarily like trying to be stealthy. You're just being cautious. So you carefully open the door, and your pendant, your locket, gives a small tug, almost like a dowsing rod, as you kind of like survey the room, and it pulls you to the camp director's desk where things are askew and it's been shoved, and you can see like clearly there was a scuffle, and you pull open the drawers and there's nothing helpful there. You dig through the stuff on the desk. There's nothing helpful there. And just when you are about to turn back and think maybe this was a mistake or something else, at the bottom of one of the drawers you see a small, barely perceptible shine. and you stick your hand in there, and you find a small latch, and you find a secret compartment in the desk drawer. And you grab onto something that feels like paper, but not quite. Parchment or leather, maybe? It's hard to say, but you pull out this thick, folded item. And as you unfold it, it's a map of the campground, but it's way older than the camp itself. This whatever parchment, whatever piece of thing this is older than the camp itself. And you see, as you all kind of gather around and you look at this item, not only do you see the layout of the campground, but you see lines drawn between certain buildings in a certain pattern. And it's, of course, the church. It's the symbol of the church. The buildings are arrayed in the symbol of the church. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
I don't know what I expected when I signed up for the horror game, but like, keeping us on our toes, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh no.
I think I play
Every
more
10
horror
minutes.
games than anything else, and I'm still like, what's going on?
Next week is Juneteenth, and I just want to shout out the ancestors. Thank you for keeping me alive so far.
Hell
Love
yeah.
it, love it, love it.
That part.
Listen, I don't know about keeping it alive. I feel like you are the one who's gonna go and like kill every single fucker in there.
You're gonna be the
So
final girl.
far, yeah, like not even like just final everything. You're just gonna destroy everyone there. I was like, yes.
Rita is the only competent gal in this.
You
I
are the
didn't set
Sarah
out to make her
Connor.
that way, but it just keeps happening to me.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
My tropes.
You gotta protect these children, us.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 2. Next week will be episode 3, and if you all want a teaser based on episode titles, next week is Umbra. I'm sure that'll go well for everyone.
It's fine.
I'm Cassiopeia. I've been your presence tonight. You can find me at Cassiopeia Twilight at itch.io, I think is where what my BlueSky is. Let's go around and talk about ourselves for a moment, starting with Sia.
Oh my. Hi everyone. I am Sia, so you can find me as cinesia everywhere, mostly on Twitch here. I stream mostly Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I do a little bit of TTRPGs and a lot of RPGs and story-based gaming, so you can catch me there. This Pride Month specifically, I'm highlighting and helping out a charity. I am myself a refugee from Russia, and I'm trying to help out a charity that helps trans people in Russia and a lot of like post-Soviet countries. It's a charity I've been supporting for a couple of years at this point, and yeah, they were able to actually build a shelter a couple of months ago, so then now people who are in a difficult situation can escape there. So if you want to support, like, come on stream. I'm talking about it a lot, especially this month. I'm not gonna promise. I talk about it a lot every month, so yeah. that's the main thing.
Unmute myself, because, you know, that's a thing. Everyone's going to do it at least once. And then, Madam Ava.
Well, hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here. You can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture. Tomorrow you can find me over on Don't Kill My Character for a Thirsty Soul Lesbian one-shot where Aphrodite and Ares are celebrating their anniversary, and so they're doing a kind of Love is Blind Battle Royale thing. That'll be fun. And then on Saturday you can find me over on Fusca's channel where we're playing D&D. People just died recently, and we're playing the ghost of those characters that just died, and we may inhabit the bodies of people who are alive. Who knows? It's weird. I'm playing a character, a dragonborn who really likes poison stuff, like Mau Mau from Apothecary Diaries. But yeah, find me anywhere at Madamava Couture. Happy Pride and future Happy Juneteenth. That's it. That's a tweet.
Awesome. I am definitely going to keep that in mind in case all of you die before episode 4. If maybe
no.
everyone plays Ghosts for the last episode. We'll see what happens. Kit.
That's me. Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at KitRoll. Tonight I was Alice, but other nights I'm other things. You can check me out. Let's see. Not this Saturday, but the next one that's going to happen on the 21st. You can find me over on Nerds with Dice. We're playing some Wicked Lies and Alibis, I believe, as a little one-shot for the Pride charity event. Sophia can probably talk more about that. But I believe it's running Friday through Sunday next weekend. So, like, come over, hang out, check out a bunch of cool charity games. It'll be awesome. And then, of course, if you're sick of seeing my face but want to hear my voice for some reason, and you like magical girls, queer stories, and stories about finding hope after devastating loss, you can check out Bloom and Blight. We're a little Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. If we're not there and you listen to a podcast there, let me know. I'll put it there. That is a threat and a promise. If you want episode announcements, clips, things like that, you can find us on basically all of the socials, all the good ones, at Bloom and Blight, all spelled out. And if you want cast and character information, transcripts of all of our episodes, downloadables, a link to the Discord server, stuff like that, you can check out the newly renovated Bloom and Blight website at bloomandblight.com. Also all spelled out. That's all I'm allowed to plug for now, I think. But keep an eye on the socials, and I will post more as I'm legally allowed to.
Awesome. Tori.
Hey, my name's Tori. You can find me all over the internet as that nerd Tori. Right now, this is the only actual play that I've got lined up other than... Well, not the only one, because I'm also on this channel playing another teenager in the 80s doing crazy things. So you can catch me here on Sunday playing Tales from the Loop, which is similar to this, but with more birds and less knives for now. Otherwise, I'm not doing anything else actual play-wise right now. You'll be able to find me at Gen Con at the end of next month, where I'll be working with Gehenna Gaming, and I'm also currently helping Gehenna Gaming edit and work on our upcoming TTRPG, Eldritch Automata. So that's going to be really fun. But otherwise, I'm mostly just chilling, enjoying Pride Month, trying to survive, and getting engaged soon. It's happening soon, everyone. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Amazing. Love that for you. And Sophia.
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Sophia, also known as Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on BlueSky these days. End of the month, June 28th, I will be over on Roll for Felicity for Incredibly Indie. This fall, I will be the voice of Scorpina and Skull in the time we replaced the Power Rangers. So keep an eye out for that. And then I am also the founder and chancellor of operations for Nerds with Dice. And first thing, tomorrow night, we have, I think it's like the 3rd episode of the first arc of our Wildheim game. So come check that out. It's a Gothic Norse game by Awfully Queer Heroes. A lot of fun. And then next weekend, starting Friday the 20th at 4 p.m. Central, we are start raising money for Trans Justice Funding Project. 4 p.m. Central, we got a little opening ceremony. It's going to happen, hyping everything up, hyping up all the games, talking about what we're raising money for and all that. And then 6 p.m., our first game will be Girl by Moonlight, unless something changes. I'm hoping not. But other than that, we have Bewitched, Blades in the Dark, Wander Home, Songs for the Dusk, Wicked, Lies and Alibis, more Wildheim, Queers, Glitter Hearts, Slash, some D&D, and we're ending the whole thing with Oops All Ace Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It's going to be a good time. We also have 2 panels, characters and how they made us, and gender and cosplay, as well as 4 interviews. We got Liana McKenzie of Valorous Games, Kat the Lore Mistress. We have Renee from Dungeons, Dragons, and Drinks. And what's the last one? Oh, Nem from Sandy Bug Games. So come check all that out. It'll help us raise some money. And even if you can't donate, always, keep a little tab open. Helps every time.
All right. So, to wrap things up here, we've got what's going on Sword and Key. Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific, we have the next episode of Horizon's Call, the long-running pirate campaign that our wonderful tech runner Eva plays in. Sunday at 10 a.m., we have the penultimate episode of Tales from the Loop, the game Tori will be in that they talked about. Sunday at 3 p.m. is, I believe, the second episode of Cursed Captains of Cthulhu, which is another of the, I believe, Pride games. Monday at 3 p.m. we have Fragments of Loss, a Rangers of the Broken World game. That one's a long-running game that I've heard Derek say is gonna go till they decide it's over, so check it out while it's still in the 4 to 5 episode range if you want to get in on it early. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. we have Gate Night, the Baldur's Gate 3 stream with Derek, Shadow, and Lady D, yeah. Where they play Baldur's Gate 3. They finally made it to Baldur's Gate. That's about all I know. Wednesday at 4, they have the Pride and Wrath, the final episode of the 2-episode Pride and Wrath game. And then next Thursday, Juneteenth, you can come back here and catch the 3rd of 4 episodes of Under Blue Moon with this lovely cast, and I guess myself, I'm here too. That's it.